Wait, you can buy a house from Walmart? Here, Doba. This compact prefab home is going viral. It costs around $10,000. The crazy part, it's only about 200 square feet, but it comes with a bed, a shower, and even lighting. Everything you need in one small space. And now, people in the US are paying attention because housing is getting insanely expensive. For some, this could actually be a solution. But would you live in something like this? Follow for more videos like this. Can you believe this? These grapes were harvested 6 months ago, and look at them. They still look fresh. This incredible preservation method comes from Afghanistan. Locals use traditional clay containers called kangina. They seal fresh fruits like grapes inside these mud structures, protecting them from air and moisture. No electricity, no refrigeration, just ancient technology. Months later, they break it open, and the fruit looks almost freshly picked. Isn't that insane? Ancient wisdom might be more powerful than we think. Would you try grapes stored like this? Follow for more content like this. Wait, why is there a floating bus in China? This isn't an accident. It's actually an art installation. Located in Shenzhen, China, this full-size bus is suspended in the air, right next to a building, like it's about to fall. From below, it looks completely unreal, almost like time just froze. Would you get closer or walk away? Follow for more content like this. This robot can literally run your entire home. A Chinese company called Unipath just launched a real home robot, and people are already using it in their houses. It wakes you up at the exact time you set, controls your appliances automatically, organizes your storage like a personal assistant. And yes, it can even cook for you. Imagine waking up and your robot already made your breakfast? No effort, no stress, just automation. This isn't the future anymore. It's already happening right now. Would you trust a robot to run your home? Follow for more content like this.
What if the most dangerous villain was once the hero? This is the story of Albert Wesker. Wesker started as a captain in Stars, in Resident Evil, but secretly worked for the Umbrella Corporation. His mission? Betray his own team and test a deadly virus. But things changed when he injected himself with the virus, gaining superhuman strength, speed, and intelligence. He didn't just survive, he evolved. From that moment on, Wesker became obsessed with power, believing he was destined to reshape humanity. He manipulated everyone around him, including legends like Chris Redfield. For years, he operated in the shadows, becoming one of the most feared villains in gaming history. Until his final plan in Resident Evil 5, a plan to infect the entire world and become a god. But even gods can fall. Wesker was finally defeated, but his legacy still haunts the world of Resident Evil, because true evil never really dies.
This is shocking. Several cars were swept away by powerful flooding in Kasab, Oman. In just moments, the streets turned into raging rivers. Vehicles had no chance. One after another, they were dragged by the current like toys. This happened in the Wilayat of Kasab, in the Musandam region, on March 24, 2026. Flash floods like this can form incredibly fast, especially in dry regions where the ground can't absorb water quickly. That's why even a few minutes of heavy rain can turn deadly. Nature can change everything in seconds. Subscribe for more content like this. Meet this amazing couple. They live in their truck and also work from it, delivering cargo and shipments every day. Since both of them work, they take turns driving and handling deliveries. Inside their truck, they sleep, brush their teeth, and even shower, making the most of their tiny home on wheels. And they're never alone. Their little dog rides along with them, living the truck life too. It's incredible how they manage it all. 2 jobs, a tiny space, and a full life on the road. Could you live and work like this? Follow me for more content like this. Did you know there was a dermatology conference in Hawaii? And the most interesting part didn't happen inside the event, but on the beach? People started noticing something strange. While most tourists were freely enjoying the sun, dermatologists were doing the exact opposite. Huge hats, umbrellas, even in the water, UV protective clothing, and reapplying sunscreen every few hours. Some even avoided direct sunlight completely. But why? Because they know something most people ignore. The sun is one of the main causes of skin aging, and it's also linked to skin cancer. Follow for more content like this.
Did you know that one of the most successful games in history was born out of unemployment and pure obsession? This is the incredible story of Eric Barone. In 2011, after graduating and failing to find a job, he decided to create his own game, Stardew Valley. He did everything: programming, pixel art, the story, and even composed all 70 tracks of the soundtrack. With no team, no money, living solely off his girlfriend's support while working part-time as a movie theater usher, he came close to giving up many times due to exhaustion, but his obsession with perfection kept him going. In 2016, the game was finally released. Today, that small project has sold over 30 million copies, and he is now a multi-millionaire. Proof that the struggle is worth it when you're chasing a dream. And you, what would you be willing to risk everything for? Follow me for more epic stories.
This might be the most satisfying way to cut wood. Instead of using an axe, this man is using a powerful tool called a log splitter. He places the wood right under it, then drives the metal wedge straight down, and just like that, the log splits in seconds. No swinging, no missing, just pure precision. This tool uses force and leverage to break the wood apart cleanly, making it safer and way more efficient than a traditional axe. That's why it's often used for firewood preparation during winter. Simple, but incredibly effective. Would you use this instead of an axe? Follow for more satisfying tools and inventions.
This guy saw thousands of fish and made the worst decision possible. From his boat, he spotted a massive school of Atlantic herring. It looked like the perfect opportunity, so he jumped in to catch them. But what he didn't know is that this can be extremely dangerous. When you see a school like this, it usually means one thing. Predators are nearby. Big fish, seals, even sharks could be attacking from below, and he just jumped right into the middle of it. On top of that, the movement of the fish can disorient you, making it easy to lose control in the water, not to mention getting hit by hundreds of fish at once. What looked like a fun idea could have ended very badly, because in the ocean, when there's food, there are hunters. This time, he got lucky, but next time, he might not.
At first, this looks really strange. A man pulls a bright red liquid from a small pit in the ground, then pours it into a mold. Right after that, he adds concrete on top of it. It almost looks like blood, but it's not. That red liquid is actually pigment mixed with resin or dye. It's used to give the concrete a deep, vibrant color. As it hardens, the pigment spreads and creates unique patterns inside the mold. No two pieces ever come out the same. Once it sets, he removes the mold and reveals a stunning solid figure, a perfect mix of art and construction. Would you try this? Follow for more satisfying creations. A man was on a boat off the coast of the Dominican Republic when suddenly he saw something strange floating in the water. It looked like a bright blue bubble with tiny tentacles. Curious, he got closer, not knowing what it was, but he was about to touch a blue button. This rare marine animal floats on the surface of the ocean, and although it looks harmless, it can deliver a painful sting. Many of them reach the shores due to ocean currents, and people have no idea what they are. It's not as dangerous as the Portuguese man o' war, but still better not to touch it. Follow me for more content. A guy was giving a super cute girl a bike ride. During the ride, he asked her, "Where are you from?" She answered something he thought he heard, "Pakistan." And that's when he nearly jumped out of his skin, because in his mind, he thought, whoa, sometimes girls from Pakistan come with surprises, meaning they might have a male part. He had to stop the bike to make sure he heard correctly. And it turned out she actually said Uzbekistan. Moral of the story: a misheard word plus an unexpected country plus way too much imagination can turn a peaceful bike ride into a mini epic scare. Follow for more content like this. A guy really thought it was a good idea to fight the Norwegian Royal Guard. These guards aren't just for show. They're trained soldiers. The man walked up, acting aggressive, and tried to confront them face to face. At first, the guards tried to control the situation, but things escalated fast. There was pushing, grabbing, even one guard got knocked to the ground. But then backup arrived, and in seconds it was over. The man was arrested on the spot after threatening and attacking the guards. Moral of the story: don't mess with royal guards, they're not statues. Follow me for more content. Wait, did that shrimp just move? This sushi looks normal at first, but look closely. The shrimp's skin is still twitching even on the plate. And no, it's not alive anymore. So what's going on? This happens because of something called muscle memory, but not like humans. Shrimp muscles can still react after death if they're super fresh. When soy sauce touches the nerves, it triggers a chemical reaction, and the muscles start moving on their own. Sounds crazy, but it's totally real. So next time your food moves, it might just mean it's extremely fresh. Follow for more. Out of nowhere, this guy rushes straight at a company mascot. The mascot is just doing his job, waving at people, keeping it fun, but then the guy quickly brings an open jar and pushes it near a small opening at the bottom of the costume. Big mistake. The smell goes straight inside and there's almost no ventilation in there. Within seconds, the mascot starts choking and backing away, trying to escape the odor. He can't get fresh air fast enough. Moments like this remind you these mascot suits might look fun, but inside they're hot, tight, and really hard to breathe in. Fun fact, some performers say wearing one feels like being trapped in a moving sauna. Would you survive even 1 hour in there? Wait, look at these floods in Sharjah, United Arab Emirates. Heavy torrential rain hit the city today, turning streets into rivers. Cars were literally driving through deep water, and traffic almost completely stopped. Emergency teams were sent out across the city to deal with the flooding and clear the roads. This kind of weather is rare here because the UAE is usually dry and desert, but strong storms and thunderstorms changed everything overnight. For many people, this looked unreal, almost like the city was underwater. Follow for more content like this. This sounds like a movie, but it actually happened in China. 7 dogs were stolen and loaded into a truck heading to a meat market, but they managed to escape. And the most incredible part isn't just that. Instead of running in different directions, they stayed together. They formed a protective circle around an injured German shepherd, and the leader of the group was a small corgi. For 2 days, They walked over 10 miles, crossing roads and fields, refusing to give up. Until they did the impossible, they made it back home to their owners. Escape mission completed. Follow for more incredible stories. Wait, is that a humanoid robot in New York? This is a unitary robot and it's interacting with kids playing outside. They're curious, laughing, even getting close to it. And the crazy part? It moves and reacts almost like a human. This isn't science fiction anymore. Companies are racing to build robots like this for everyday life. Even Elon Musk is working on his own humanoid robot, Optimus. The idea? Robots that can help humans with daily tasks? But seeing kids casually playing with one like this, it really makes you wonder, is this the future? Follow for more content like this. A heartbroken girl and her best friend came up with a crazy revenge plan. They bought hundreds of house keys, and on each one they wrote her ex-boyfriend's phone number. Then they dropped them all over the city, on streets, sidewalks, parking lots, everywhere. So when people found the keys, they did the right thing and called the number all day long, non-stop calls. Hey, I found your keys. Did you lose something? Imagine your phone blowing up like that. Is this genius or just insane revenge? Follow me for more content. At a Japanese culture festival, she's trying to act like a samurai, sword in hand, looking fierce. But the truth? It looks more like she's dancing with the sword than performing any real samurai technique. Samurai were elite warriors in Japan, trained for years in swordsmanship, discipline, and strategy, not just waving swords around for fun. Still, her performance is captivating. The crowd loves it. Fun fact, she said afterward that she learned the moves by watching anime and TikTok videos. Follow me for more cultural moments like this. In a rural part of China, an elderly man heats sugar to make caramelized candy and eats it with a toothpick. Then, a woman comes to buy some land snails and asks the man for that same toothpick. She uses it to eat the snails, yes, the very same toothpick he just used. And believe it or not, in many rural areas of China, practices like this are still common. It's a strange mix of tradition, resourcefulness, and culture. Would you try it? Follow me for more videos like this. Wait, is this really how they cut pizza at Costco? This looks like a normal pizza, but watch this. Instead of using a regular cutter, she uses a tool that slices the whole pizza in seconds. Everything comes out perfectly. Even no messy cuts, no uneven slices. It's fast, clean, and honestly super satisfying to watch. Would you try this method? Ever seen a square egg before? This guy uses a square egg mold to turn a boiled egg into a perfect cube. But that's not all. He adds fish roe, fish eggs on top, mixing it with a special sauce. The mixture takes shape inside the mold, and out comes a fish roe cube sushi creation. It looks like something you'd forget in a bento box, but tastes like a sushi chef's masterpiece. Square eggs plus fish roe equals the sushi twist you didn't know you needed. Follow me for more food creations like this. Wait, this guy got caught in 4K. This girl is dancing, and yeah, she's good. But look at this guy. He's completely hypnotized, not blinking, just staring. But here's the problem. The woman next to him is his wife, and yeah, she notices. This was on local TV. You can feel the secondhand embarrassment. Honestly, that look said everything. Maybe this is a sign he needs more attention at home. Follow for more videos like this.
At Nintendo's offices, in front of one of the top executives, the man in charge of the Zelda projects told his boss that he no longer wanted to make any more Zelda games. After finishing The Wind Waker, Eiji Aonuma confessed to Miyamoto that he had no new ideas and didn't want to stay involved in the series' development. Even so, Miyamoto convinced him and appointed him as the director of the next Zelda. Eiji was working on the project but didn't know what direction to take for the new game, so he left his team working and slipped away to supervise other projects. Years later, in front of the press, he admitted that he had been selfish for leaving his team alone to find solutions and push the game forward. When he returned to the project, the game had many ideas implemented, but it no longer felt like a Zelda game. So they started over from scratch, and in the end, he created the most Zelda-like Zelda, selling 8.5 million copies and standing as the king of the Zelda games, until Breath of the Wild arrived.
Wait, what is he doing? This guy is literally filming himself jumping like a horse in public. But here's where it gets interesting. This might be related to something called Therians. Therians are people who feel a deep connection with animals, sometimes even identifying spiritually or mentally as one. So they imitate their movements, running, jumping, acting just like them, but to most people it just looks really strange, maybe even a bit cringe. Follow me for more content. Unbelievable. This crystal clear river at the Osolas de Chinameca with a view of the Chaparastique volcano. This is in El Salvador, and the volcano is calm. But this water is boiling at over 100 degrees Celsius. The steam rising from it creates an otherworldly landscape. Be careful getting too close. If you follow the current, you'll reach a spectacular view of the volcano in the background. The water is so hot you could cook something in it. But don't even think about touching it. It's incredible how nature brings water and fire together in one place. Would you dare to get close? Follow me for more content. Did you know 2 engineers hacked an airplane just to play a video game? It all started on a boring flight, hours in the air, nothing to do. But these weren't normal passengers, they were engineers, and curious ones. While everyone else watched movies, they had a different thought. What if we could access this system? So they started digging. They connected their devices, analyzed the plane's internal network, and found something shocking. The entertainment system wasn't fully isolated. After several attempts, they actually did it. They hacked the system, not to cause chaos, but for something completely unexpected, to play a video game inside the plane. But here's where it gets crazy. Instead of hiding it, they reported it to the airline. And the airline's response? They were so impressed by their honesty, they gave them free flights for life. Follow me for more content like this. What's happening in the Philippines right now is shocking. Due to oil reserves running out, many people can no longer rely on transportation. So now thousands are walking to work every single day. Long distances under the heat, just to survive. At first, it sounds like a crisis, and it is, but there's also an unexpected side to this. Some people are becoming more active than ever before. Walking daily is starting to improve their health, their stamina, even their lifestyle. Still, it raises a big question. Is this a step backward or a forced step toward a healthier future? Follow for more stories like this. Wait, this iced coffee takes 3 hours to make? This legendary drink comes from Motomachi Chinatown in Japan. But here's the crazy part. Those aren't normal ice cubes. They're massive blocks made entirely out of coffee, and they take hours to freeze. That's why the whole process takes about 3 hours. As the ice slowly melts, it doesn't water down the drink at all. Plus, the coffee is charcoal roasted, giving it a deep, bold flavor. Honestly, this might be the perfect iced coffee. Would you try it? Follow for more. Wait, why is this so hard to pull out? This man found an octopus hiding under a rock and tried to pull it out with his bare hands. But here's the crazy part. Octopuses are insanely strong. Each arm has hundreds of suction cups that grip like super glue. As he pulls, it fights back. Those suction cups create strong pressure and can leave marks like this. It feels like hundreds of tiny vacuums pulling on your skin at once. After a struggle, he finally pulls it out. Follow for more wild content like this. This looks like something straight out of a movie. In Fenglin Gorge, China, they created something insane: water go-karts. For just 39.9 yuan, about 5.5 USD, you can race on water like it's Fast and Furious. Water Edition. Sharp turns, high speed, and water splashing everywhere. This isn't just a ride, it's pure adrenaline, all happening in the middle of some crazy, beautiful landscapes. While some people relax, others are out here racing like maniacs. The real question is, would you try this? Follow me for more content. Look at this. This man is working hundreds of feet above the ground in New York City, placing a massive steel beam on a skyscraper under construction. One wrong step and it could be over. But this is how modern cities are built. Steel beams like these form the skeleton of the building, giving it incredible strength and flexibility. Unlike concrete alone, steel can handle heavy loads, strong winds, and even earthquakes without snapping. That's why almost every skyscraper you see relies on a steel frame structure. It may look terrifying, but without workers like him, these giants wouldn't exist. Would you dare to do this job? Imagine this: a leopard at the top of a palm tree over 50 feet tall. Below, something catches its attention. In an instant, everything changes. The leopard launches itself, but it doesn't just fall. It descends with insane precision, gripping the trunk like gravity doesn't even matter. Claw by claw, controlling every movement, until it reaches the ground at full speed. But how is this even possible? Leopards have ultra-dense muscles and incredibly powerful limbs, capable of supporting several times their own body weight. And their claws act like natural hooks, giving them perfect control while climbing up or down. That's why they're considered one of the most dangerous predators in the wild. Subscribe for more content like this. This plant can literally catch fire. It's called Dictamnus albus, also known as the gas plant. On hot days, it releases a natural citrus oil into the air around it. And here's the crazy part. That oil is highly flammable, so when someone brings a flame close to it, whoosh, a quick flash of fire appears around the plant. But here's what's even more shocking. The plant doesn't burn at all. That's because the flame only ignites the gas in the air, not the plant itself. It's a rare natural phenomenon where chemistry and heat come together perfectly. Nature really said? Let me show off real quick. This AI robot is doing something kind of scary. It can identify packages instantly: size, label, destination, in just seconds. No mistakes, no breaks, no distractions. While humans take minutes, this thing does it in milliseconds, and it never gets tired. Companies are already using robots like this to replace warehouse workers, which means one thing: thousands of jobs could disappear. The question is, are we watching the future or the beginning of something terrifying? Follow me for more content. Wait, is that a suitcase or a vehicle? This Chinese company Airwheel just created a suitcase that you can actually ride. Yeah, no more dragging your luggage. You literally sit on it and go. These electric suitcases can reach speeds of up to 13 kilometers per hour. That means you can glide through airports, train stations, or even the street. Some models even come with batteries, smart controls, and charging ports. It's basically a suitcase plus scooter in one. So the real question is, would you ride your suitcase, or is this too much? Did you see the teacher who brought a PlayStation 5 to class and went viral? This happened in Brazil. A professor showed up with a PS5, booted up Assassin's Creed, and started playing in front of his students. But this wasn't just for fun. He was teaching the Industrial Revolution. And here's why he chose that game. Assassin's Creed is famous for recreating real historical cities with insane detail, from architecture to factories, even how people lived back then. In some versions, like those set in 1800s London, you can literally see the rise of machines, factories, and urban life. So instead of just explaining history, he showed it in real time, walking through the world, letting students experience history, not just hear about it. The video exploded online because people realized something. This might be the future of education. And honestly, who wouldn't pay attention in that class? Follow me for more content like this.
Wait, cows have their own brush? Kilinir farmers are installing this special system starting with a base fixed to the ground. Then they add these big yellow brush panels. But this isn't just for fun. These brushes help cows relax and stay clean. Less stress, healthier cows, and even more milk. For them, it feels like being petted, just like your dog loves. And once it's ready, they don't stop using it. Follow for more videos like this. Stuck in traffic? For this guy, that's not a problem. A truck driver named Zana Zamora went viral for something insane. He turned his truck into a full gaming setup. Yeah, inside his truck. He has a monitor, keyboard, controllers, even flight simulators. So when he's done driving or stuck in traffic, he just goes to the back and starts gaming like he's at home. His monitor even rotates to fit perfectly inside the truck. Everything is ready to play anytime. While everyone else is stressed in traffic, he's flying planes in another world. Level of genius, God mode activated. Follow me for more content. Check this out. An African wildcat is on the hunt. It's watching a flock of birds flying above. Suddenly, it leaps with incredible precision and catches one of them midair. This African feline is a true predator, agile, fast, and with amazing reflexes, it can hunt prey moving at high speed. Although smaller than other big cats, its speed and precision make it a deadly hunter. An incredible display of nature in action. Hunting has never been this impressive. Follow me for more content. Wait, this is heartbreaking. In Manila, Philippines, a young student was trying to sell candy, but then a guard approached her and tried to stop her. He grabbed her candies and ripped the bag apart. Everything fell to the ground, and that's when something unexpected happened. The girl got angry and started hitting the guard with what was left, again and again, refusing to back down. You can feel her frustration. No child should go through this. Follow for more content like this. Wait, he just wanted to stop the water. This kid saw a water fountain fully running and tried to close it. But it wasn't that easy. Water kept spraying everywhere, and he ended up getting completely soaked. Head closed, everything. At that point, he just gave up and walked straight into the water. But here's the best part at the end. He just smiles, like nothing even happened. Sometimes you just have to laugh it off. Follow for more videos like this. This girl is living in something you wouldn't expect. It's not a house, and it's definitely not an apartment. It's actually a tiny vehicle turned into her home. From the outside, it looks small, almost like a toy car, but inside she has everything she needs. A place to sleep, storage for her things, and even some basic electricity. She moves around the city, parks wherever she can, and that little space becomes her entire world. Some people see this and think freedom, no rent, no limits, just you and the road. But others see something very different, because living like this can't be easy. No space, no privacy, and constant challenges. So now the real question is, how does she shower? And where does she go to the bathroom? Follow me for more content. Someone fed an injured bird, and what happened next was unbelievable. Other birds were watching closely, and suddenly more and more of them started acting injured, limping, dragging their wings, pretending they couldn't fly. But here's the twist. They weren't actually hurt. They learned that acting injured equals getting food, so they copied the behavior. This is called adaptive behavior, when animals learn tricks that increase their chances of survival. In this case, food. Birds are way smarter than most people think. They observe, they learn, and sometimes they fake it to survive. Follow for more content like this. Wait, why do cats always do this? This guy just finished pouring fresh concrete, and out of nowhere, a cat walks right onto it. Now there are paw prints everywhere. He tries to scare it away, but the cat comes back again and again. So what's going on here? Cats are naturally curious, especially with new surfaces. Fresh concrete is something completely new in their environment, and they have to check it out. So to the cat, this isn't a mistake. It's basically an invitation. Follow me for more content. Imagine this. A group of Counter-Strike players took their passion to the next level. In 2024, they organized a LAN party, outdoors, with an incredible view of the mountains in Uzbekistan. For hours, they battled it out in classic Counter-Strike Counter-Strike matches where every shot, grenade, and strategy counts. The game isn't just about aiming, it's about teamwork, planning, and quick decisions under pressure. Between intense rounds, laughter, and friendly rivalries, they prove that CS isn't just a game. It's a lifestyle, a challenge, and a way to connect with friends who share the same obsession. Every round, every clutch, every victory was an experience no online tournament could ever replicate. Sometimes, to truly feel the thrill of Counter-Strike, all you need is great friends, epic scenery, and endless rounds of action. Follow for more content like this.